Erling Haaland and Martin Ødegaard are two names you probably know everything about. But what if we told you that Norway is emerging as a hotbed for high potential talent? We've put together a 33-man shortlist and finalised a starting 11 to show why their 20-year wait to qualify for a major international tournament looks set to end in the near future. Although not exclusively an under-23 selection, only 8 players were born outside of the 2020 Olympics age criteria as set by FIFA. This is still very much a Norway squad for the future. Starting in goal, where it's fair to say that the talent pool is fairly shallow in comparison to other areas of the pitch, but there are still some good young players worth mentioning. Per Christian Bråtveit recently made his full international debut for Norway and turned in a man-of-the-match performance. However, it's clear that Norway's best young goalkeeping talent hails from the capital, Oslo. Christopher Clayson debuted for Vålerenga aged just 18 years old and by his 19th birthday was already the club's recognised #1 goalkeeper. A confident handler of the ball with reflexes that put other goalkeepers in his age bracket to shame, there's no doubt that Clayson has the highest ceiling of all the young keepers in Norway. The Norwegian 𝐒𝐓𝐀𝐌𝐏𝐒 currently houses two of the finest prospects the country has to offer in the fullback position. Marcus Holmgren Pedersen was born in the brilliantly named city of Hammerfest and started life as a striker for his hometown club Tromsø. A move to reigning champions Molde in 2020 saw him morph into a fullback, which has paid dividends for the youngster. Pedersen benefits from a startling turn of pace and a work ethic that would give James Milner a run for his money. But whilst we're dealing with comparisons to Liverpool players, it's hard to look past the Norsk Trent Alexander-Arnold for a starting spot in our 11. Christian Borchgrevink had a 2020 season to remember. Having finally established himself as the club's first choice right-back, he went on to become one of the side's main creative outlets in 2020. Borchgrevink's ability to deliver incredibly accurate crosses and passes from out wide has seen him go from a bit part player on loan in the second tier to the country's most prominent young right-back within the space of 12 months. Crossing over to the left flank, and there are only really two options that stand out. The versatile big 𝐓𝐈𝐌𝐿 gets a mention despite being on the older end of our scale, due to his unique skill set and ability to play in a number of different roles and systems. Fredrik André Bjorken is one of a few players on this list to have played with Norwegian champions Bodø/Glimt in 2020. A more traditional left-back who benefits from good tackling and pressing attributes, Bjorken will be challenging for the starting spot in the near future. Now, Norway has historically produced some fantastic players at centre-back with Brede Hangeland and Henning Berg, two names that stand out in particular. But when it comes to the new generation of players, Leo Østigård was sounded out for the Molde FK captaincy aged just 18 years old before making a move to forward-thinking Brighton. His leadership abilities and aerial prowess make him a natural long-term option for the Norwegian national team. But it's Kristoffer Ajer who is the biggest centre-back prospect available to Norway right now, in every sense. Ajer started life as an attacking midfielder, scoring 12 goals in 34 games for 𝐒𝐏𝐻𝐒 Start in 2015. It wasn't until he joined Celtic under the management of Brendan Rodgers when Ajer transformed into a modern ball-playing centre-back. His ability to dribble the ball out from defence, in addition to his range of passing and physical prowess, make him an interesting profile at the heart of our back four. Moving into midfield, and we come across another player from Bodø/Glimt's fantastic 2020 side. Glimt scored 103 goals in 30 games as they romped home to a first ever league title last season. At the heart of this success was local lad Patrick Berg. Berg comes from a famous footballing family and lived up to the many years of hype he has had to endure previously to turn in one of the great Eliteserien seasonal performances. Sticking with the family ties, Sander Berge comes from a family notable for their basketball playing skills. Both his mother and older brother are capped internationally in the sport. There's no doubt that Berge remains Norway's premium option at the base of the midfield. Whilst not a natural defensive midfielder in the Makelele sense of the role, and even asked to play a more advanced number 8 role by Chris Wilder, Berge's holy trinity of ball winning, ball progressing and ball carrying attributes really come to the fore in this deeper position. Moving further up the field into the creative hub of the side, if you want to impress your mates in a few years' time, get to know the names of Elias Solberg and Andreas Schjelderup. These two youngsters, born in 2004 by the way, have the ability to go right to the top of the game if they realise their potential. But it's clear that Martin Ødegaard will be Norway's chief creator for a few years to come yet. Making his international debut in 2014 at the age of 15 years and 253 days old, Ødegaard is Norway's youngest ever player, and the weight of expectation has always been heavy on the now 22-year-old's shoulders. However, Ødegaard was one of the most creative midfielders in La Liga last season for Real Sociedad, and his style of play has already drawn comparisons to Mesut Ozil after moving on loan to Arsenal. A naturally attacking midfielder, Ødegaard slots into the right wing position in our side to maintain the balance in a 4-4-2 formation, allowing him to drift inside and play his trademark through balls to Norway's monster forwards. It's in the attacking positions where we really start to see Norway's strength in depth, both right now and potentially for years to come. Vålerenga have produced a number of names on this list, and whilst Asame Saroui might not be a name many will be familiar with right now, the Oslo boy has been making waves in Norway over the last 12 months. Blessed with magical feet and a great footballing brain, Norway will need to act fast if they want to keep Saroui sweet, as he is also eligible for Morocco. Now, scoring against AC Milan at the San Siro before having a legend of the game come up to you and ask whether you want to sign for his club sounds like a scene from the movie Goal, right? Well, for Jens Petter Hauge, it happened. Milan icon Paolo Maldini, the club's technical director, wasted no time in approaching him following his goal against the Rossoneri in the 2021 Europa League qualifying round. 14 goals and 10 assists in 18 Eliteserien games for eventual champions Bodø Glimt goes some way to demonstrating Hauge's talent. And his coolness in front of goal should be expected. After all, he was born inside the Arctic Circle. Up top, it's hard to look past you-know-who, but it's also worth mentioning the potential and size of two other forwards in their ranks. It's been a big year for Jørgen Strand Larsen, who made a move to FC Groningen before making his international debut in November. Standing at 193 centimetres tall, the lanky forward has significantly upped his goal returns this season, having only managed 6 in 48 Eliteserien games for Sarpsborg previously. Alexander Sørloth's finishing may be an issue for Leipzig at the moment, but 24 league goals for Trabzonspor in 2019-20, with 0.64 non-penalty expected goals per 90, make him worthy of a mention. And when you consider his freight train-like dribbling ability, he's a hard man to stop in full flow. But what is a video about the future of Norwegian football without a mention of Erling Haaland? The reigning European Golden Boy scored 41 goals in his first 42 games across all competitions for Dortmund, and his ascent to the pinnacle of world football shows no sign of stopping. With the combination of his hulking frame and an ability to breeze past defenders with frightening bursts of pace, Haaland has established himself as a bona fide goal-scoring machine that can decide a match with one swing of his mighty left foot. Norway have not reached a major international tournament since Euro 2000, but with these 33 players, including the most sought-after centre-forward in world football, surely qualification is just around the corner.